In the ancient days of Middle-earth, when the sun was young and the shadows long, there lived an elven king whose name would echo through the ages, Gil-galad, the last high king of the Noldor. His tale is one of courage, wisdom, and sacrifice, a beacon of light amid the encroaching darkness. Born in the twilight of the First Age, Gil-galad was of noble lineage. His father was Orodreth, making him a direct descendant of the house of Finarfin, one of the great princes of the Noldor. Some tales, however, name him as the son of Fingon, son of Fingolfin, highlighting the complexities and mysteries woven into Elven histories. Regardless of his parentage, Gil-galad was destined for greatness. As a young elf, he dwelt in the hidden realm of Nargothrond, a fortress carved deep within the caverns beside the river Narog. Under the wise rule of Finrod Felagund and later Orodreth, Gil-galad learned the arts of governance, diplomacy, and war. But the tranquility of Nargothrond was shattered when the Dark Lord Morgoth unleashed his forces, leading to the realm's downfall. Gil-galad, however, escaped the ruin, guided by fate to the havens of the Falas. There, by the sea, he became a ward of Cirdan the shipwright, the ancient mariner whose wisdom was as deep as the ocean. Under Cirdan's tutelage, Gil-galad matured, embodying the hopes and resilience of the Noldor. When the catastrophic War of Wrath ended the First Age, bringing the downfall of Morgoth but sinking much of Beleriand beneath the waves, Gil-galad stood among the survivors on the shores of the New World. With the beginning of the Second Age, Gil-galad established his kingdom in Lindon, the westernmost realm of Middle-earth, nestled between the Blue Mountains and the Great Sea. From his capital in Forlinden, he ruled with wisdom and foresight, earning the love of his people and the respect of other realms. The elves of Lindon prospered, and Gil-galad became known for his just and fair rule. But shadows were stirring in the east. The Dark Lord Sauron, a lieutenant of Morgoth, sought to ensnare the peoples of Middle-earth. Disguised as Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, Sauron approached the elven smiths of Eregion, offering knowledge and guidance in the crafting of powerful rings. Gil-galad and Cirdan, perceiving that Anatar was not what he seemed, refused his counsel and warned others to be wary. Yet many did not heed their warnings. Under Sauron's tutelage, the elven smith Celebrimbor forged the rings of power. But when Sauron created the One Ring to control all others, the elves realized the depth of his treachery. A great war ensued, known as the War of the Elves and Sauron. Eregion was destroyed, and Celebrimbor was slain. Gil-galad, allying with Elrond half-elven, sent forces to aid Eregion, but they were outmatched. Despite the losses, Gil-galad's leadership was instrumental in halting Sauron's advance. He sent Elendil, a nobleman from the fallen island of Numenor, and his sons Isildur and Anarion, who had fled the sinking of their homeland, to establish strongholds in Middle-earth. Together they formed the last alliance of elves and men, uniting their peoples against the common threat. For 7 long years, the siege of Barad-dûr, Sauron's dark fortress, waged on. Gil-galad stood at the forefront, wielding his legendary spear Eglos, which means snow point in the Elven tongue. His valor on the battlefield was unmatched, and his presence inspired hope in the hearts of all who fought beside him. In the final confrontation, Sauron himself emerged, desperate to break the siege. Gil-galad and Elendil faced him in single combat. The battle was fierce, and though they fought valiantly, both leaders were slain. Yet their sacrifice was not in vain. As they fell, Isildur took up his father's broken sword, Narsil, and cut the One Ring from Sauron's hand, defeating him for a time. Gil-galad's death marked the end of an era. He was the last of the High Kings of the Noldor in Middle-earth, and with his passing, the elves entered a period of decline. However, his legacy endured. He was remembered in songs and stories, a symbol of unity and resistance against tyranny. One such song, often sung by elves and recorded by hobbits like Bilbo Baggins, tells of Gil-galad's valor. Gil-galad was an elven king, Of him the harpers sadly sing, the last whose realm was fair and free between the mountains and the sea. His spear, Eglos, was said to shine with a cold light, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. The weapon became as legendary as the king who wielded it. Gil-galad's foresight and alliances were crucial in the shaping of Middle-earth's future. By entrusting the rings Vilya and Narya to Elrond and Cirdan, he ensured that the elves would retain some strength to resist Sauron's influence. These rings played vital roles in preserving the sanctuaries of Rivendell and the Grey Havens. Moreover, Gil-galad's alliance with the Númenóreans forged bonds that would influence the fate of men and elves for generations. His recognition of the strength and honor in men like Elendil bridged gaps between their races, uniting them in common cause. Though his life was cut short, Gil-galad's impact resonated throughout the ages. His dedication to peace, justice, and the well-being of all free peoples set a standard for leadership. In the face of overwhelming darkness, he chose to stand firm, embodying the resilience and hope that define the enduring spirit of Middle-earth. And so, the tale of Gil-galad is not just a story of a king, but a legend of courage and unity. A reminder that even in the darkest times, heroes arise to lead the way toward a brighter future.